Hello everybody, my name is Cirque and welcome back to Castaways. Oh, get out of here. This is really hard. Let's go back. So I am in the Guardian Temple, or the Ocean Monument, whatever these things are called. It's over by PMS Proxy's place. And I am just farming up some of these Guardians. I got some Depth Strider 3 boots, I got protection armor all on. And I made up some water breathing and some strength potions. And I have a looting sword. And I've just been going around here. I'm almost done. I've used up all my potions. I got 2 minutes left on these that I'm running with. Just trying to get some of these blocks because I want to use mainly the sea lanterns. That's all I really want to use. Although I do want to use some of the other prismarine blocks. Oh, ouch, ow. This is going to hurt. There's too many here. Ah, oh, dang it. 1.9 fighting mechanics. It's very hard to hit things. It makes me sad. But, oh well. It makes the game a little bit more interesting. Get back here, guy. But yeah, so today we're going to actually start working on the village, finally. Get at least one structure built. Probably just the one. Kind of start everything off. Quit swimming around. Man, these guys are so evasive. Yeah, and then they got their stupid thorns. It's not the most fun thing to do. We really need a guardian farm. This PMS Proxy, I believe she was going to work on it. Although I will definitely, I'll volunteer to help if you want any help clearing stuff out. But yes, that would be amazing. So anyways, how are we doing now? We got, these are the big things. Stack and 3/4 of the crystals so that we can make prismarine lanterns. I really don't need that much. I only need 12 of them. 12 lanterns. So that is, I think you need 5 crystals per, so 60 crystals. So we got plenty. But I figured since I had the potions and I was down here doing it anyways, I might as well just try and get as many as I can. So I'm gonna finish up with these potions, then we'll head back to base and see the stuff that I've been working on. You know, I just remember that you can power these dragon heads with redstone. That is awesome. I love it. You can kind of adjust how open you want it. You know, you could have a closed mouth or an open mouth. That's kind of cool. Or we can just leave it on and have him chomping away the whole time. Anyways, we're back at our base at our soon-to-be village, or someday in the future it will be a village. But I've been doing a lot of work around here, doing a lot of planning. And this is what I got so far. First off, down here on the docks, this is our docks area. We're going to have a little boardwalk going across here. I got some like little docks or piers sort of marked out. We'll have to build ships along here, which I don't know how well that's going to work with these docks being at an angle. But I tried making these docks like, you know, orthogonal, or, you know, go at 90 degrees. And they didn't really fit in here very well. So I decided to go with this, with these going off at an angle. So hopefully that works out nicely. And then we're going to have this part, the rest of this is all going to be like at this level here. And up here, this is where we're going to have our market. So we'll have a bunch of little shops outside, just mainly like little tents that people can sell stuff at. Then we have a walkway going up the side of the hill there, as well as a quick staircase to get up. So we have a couple of ways to get up there. We'll have a bridge going out to there. I don't know how far. I don't want to really expand too far out that way. I mean, I don't want stuff to be too spread out. And I think if we do expand out that way, that's going to be kind of a later project. You know, if we do a bunch of stuff up on here, maybe, and we're looking for more area to expand to, that's where we'll move out to. But I will have a little bit of stuff there, like maybe that peninsula will kind of turn into a dock, and then a bridge going across, and maybe have a couple of farms right next to here. But yeah, that should be kind of nice. And then I guess let's go over this way. I started planning out a few buildings. I did some terraforming around this area. I kind of expanded this ridge a little bit. It was really thin, and it was kind of awkward. So change that up a bit. I planned out some buildings out here. We'll have a lighthouse there, which that's what we're going to work on today. A little house for the lighthouse keeper, and then just a big house here. I've been having a little trouble trying to figure out where to put buildings up on this hill. But we have a lot of space. I took out the hill that we had over here that I said I was going to take out. That's all gone, so that really opened this area up really nicely. So we got plenty of room to build up here. And yeah, that's about all that I've done. This thing is annoying. Can I break these right here? No. Let's just... Oh, I can't. Stop, please. There we go. Okay. They added sounds to the game, and they're very annoying sounds. I don't like it. Happy Thanksgiving, heart Eros. Aw, thanks Eros. Got turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, pumpkin pie. So good. I'm gonna stick these in here for now. Thank you so much, Eros. We'll have to eat that later. And maybe we'll just leave that open for now. This thing is gonna have to come down soon, which is sort of sad, but oh well. It served its purpose. We didn't really live in there for too long. I mainly just lived in here while I was getting situated out in this area and started doing some mining. So a few episodes ago, we were working on this thing, kind of trying to figure out a style for the village. And I had a lot of comments about like the brick there and using brick here. I know one person said that they thought the brick on the house and the brick on the road was good. I'm definitely of that mindset, and I think that's where I'm going to go with. But I had some people suggest using other things like nether brick, and that was definitely an idea I had. I think the nether brick, though, is a little too dark. Like, that gets a little too... It's too dark. I don't know what else to say. It just kind of darkens up the whole area. And it doesn't quite go with, like, the wood and the clay. I don't know. I don't really like it. Maybe it's just the fact that that's purple, and we have the purple up there instead of just the red. So I don't think I'm going to go with the nether brick. I did also have the idea, maybe we could go with some prismarine blocks. And I thought that looked really nice. Again, I don't think it looks really good with the clay. Either those blocks or like some of these other prismarine blocks. That was the dark prismarine. This is just the prismarine. Actually, like a road out of this stuff. It looks pretty nice. But again, it doesn't fit the other things that I've already kind of decided on. Do I not have the prismarine bricks? I guess not. Oh well. But yeah, when I was playing around with these prismarine bricks in creative, one thing I realized is, like, I don't like the colors with the clay, but if I were to use like snow or something white up there, that would look really good. So just an idea for anyone else who's trying to do something similar to this. The prismarine and like white, very nice indeed. But I think we are going to stick with the bricks, because I like the look of the bricks. I really like the look of the bricks on here. I know I don't use them very often, and that's kind of why I want to use them too. Is because I don't use them enough, and I think they definitely have their place. And I think they'll be okay with having the bricks on there, as well as on the road. So if it seems that my voice is a little different, I am indeed sick. I guess after the long, exhausting Thanksgiving weekend with lots of work and irregular sleep schedule and being around lots of people, did not do me good in the health department. So luckily I am getting over it already. It didn't last too long, but definitely not fun. Not fun indeed, especially when I want to get caught up on videos and I can't because I'm tired and sick and ugh. But anyways, we're going to get started here on our lighthouse. If you follow me on Twitter, you may have already seen a picture of this. I tweeted one the other night. I have built this in creative. That's not something I usually do all the time. Well, the thing is I'm usually too lazy to build stuff in creative. and then build it again in survival. Like, I don't like building stuff twice. So usually if I do anything in creative, it's just to kind of get a concept down. But since this building is kind of like, it's the first real building in the village, and it kind of sets the tone for the whole village, I figured I should probably make sure that I get it exactly how I want it before I start messing around with building in survival, and it doesn't take forever, especially with this thing, because it's a lighthouse, so it's going to be kind of tall, and it'd be kind of a pain going up and down all the time. But anyways, let's see. So we're gonna have a nice, like, sturdy base here. That's kind of the theme that I want to stick with, is this brick and stone base, and then once we get above that, then it'll be like clay and wood. And the clay, even though clay it is kind of like a hard building material, it's rock, you know. In here, it doesn't necessarily need to be, you know, this super structural thing. It can be, it's kind of like a plaster sort of thing going on the buildings. Just some weatherproofing or something. But anyways, so a couple episodes ago, when I was talking about some ideas for the village, I got a really good comment from Alex Pope, who's a very good subscriber, always leaves like paragraph comments on my videos, and I love reading them. Thank you so much for leaving those. But he was kind of talking about how we should have some sort of like backstory to the village, and he kind of talked about a potential backstory of how there was like the original settlers in this area who had some like fish huts around the around like the ocean shore, and maybe they worshipped some sea-based gods, and then you have like the new settlers who came in and sort of took over the area and brought their own religion, and so you had like you know, you had the old like dilapidated buildings along the ocean, little like fishing huts, and then you also had maybe some like ancient or not maybe ancient ruins, but some like old ruins or altars to the sea gods, and then with the new village you have like this big church to, you know, the new god that the new settlers worship. And I thought that was a really good idea, and he was kind of talking about, or we were kind of talking about how when you add a backstory to a build, it really kind of livens up the build, and like the build almost grows on its own, sort of. Let's see, let's get some clay out here. Like you just start to get different ideas that you wouldn't have had normally. You know, like with this village, I was just going to make a village. It was going to be a really plain, you know, two-dimensional village, basically, even though we're in a three-dimensional world. But, like, I didn't really plan on having a backstory. It was just, I wanted to make something that looked nice. But now that I'm thinking about, like, having an actual backstory to this area, I'm starting to think about a bunch of things that I wouldn't have, you know, thought about adding before, that would really just liven up this area and really add that third dimension to our village. And so I have been kind of thinking about a backstory to give to this land, to this place, and I think it will really allow us to have a lot of interesting, different things in this village, rather than just these normal, you know, village buildings that I'm working on. You know, the buildings that look like this. So let's see, this goes up to there. This is a little complicated trying to build this and talk at the same time, even with the picture. Let's bring this up here. I gotta transition to the next step, and then I think I'll be all right. Let's see, so this goes up one, and then we have that on there. So I've been, like I said, I've been thinking about a backstory for this place, and I think I have a story that works kind of nicely. Oh, this needs to go up. So what I've been thinking is sort of along the lines of what he had kind of come up with, is that although my story almost goes back a little further. So basically, the idea is that, let's see, need it again, trying to figure out how this all goes. Is that long ago, like an ancient civilization kind of settled here, and they had their ancient gods, and they made, they made like the altars to the old gods. And so around the area we'll have like different ruins of them, and those will be kind of hidden, like either underwater or in caves, like along the ocean. I think that'd be kind of cool, just to have secret little things. And one thing that would be really cool with that is using up the prismarine blocks, because I haven't used those a lot in builds, and this would kind of give me a way to do that. Because I think those would look really good as, ancient ocean, ocean god worshipping ruins. So that'd be kind of cool. And then I was thinking maybe like 100 years ago or a couple hundred years ago, some settlers moved in here, and they were just, simple fishermen. This was a good fishing spot, so they set up, their huts along the ocean, and maybe they found, the ruins of the ancients, and maybe they had heard stories of the ancients passed down to them, from generation to generation, kind of this ancient civilization that used to be in this area. And so they maybe kind of took up, that their religion, their sea god worshipping a little bit, maybe not quite to the extent that the ancient civilization did. They didn't build giant altars or not ruins. I guess you don't build ruins. You build you build structures, and then they become ruins later. But maybe they didn't, build these amazing structures to the gods. But maybe they spent time around the structures that the ancients had built, and kind of used those as their connection to the ancient gods, and they sort of worship them to keep bringing in the bountiful sea harvest. And then, after time went along, maybe this area was a nice trade route. We have this nice bay here. There's a nice river going into the island. And so it got taken over by, or not really taken over, but, slowly people just started moving in the area, who were just interested in trade, and the whole area just became a little bit more commercialized. And so you had the new, let's see, is this right? This needs to go up one. Yeah, that must be right. But so then you had the new kind of settlers moving in, the merchants coming in with their religions and their ways of life, and that's where you get the new city. So you get the buildings like this. They came and built the lighthouse for their ships coming in, and they sort of just kind of assimilated the original settlers, or just sort of forced their kind of culture on them through sheer will. I don't know, kind of, they brought their money and their goods and just kind of took over the area that way. So then you'd almost have like 3 tiers of society. Is this right? Where am I? That's what I'm wondering. It's not right. I did those opposite. Dang it. That's okay. But yeah, you'd almost have like 3 different types of structures in the area. You would have the ancient ruins from the, ancients who lived here and worshiped their sea gods. And then you'd have the original settlers who lived, very simple lives, just living off the ocean. And then you would have the new village, which is kind of the main part. Dang it, I really want that. Which is kind of the main part of the village now. It's really what has become of the village. So yeah, that's kind of the ideas that I've been thinking about. And like I said, just coming up or thinking of these ideas has really, or thinking of this backstory has really kind of expanded the ideas that I had for this village. It turned from just having, basically just making buildings like this into, wanting to not just have the village on the surface, but also have kind of some secret things around the village and have some things just tie into the ancient culture and the original settlers. I think it should be a lot of fun. But anyways, I think that's enough talking. I've been rambling for too long. I'm going to try and finish this up, and then we'll take a look at it. And the final piece on the top of the roof, and we're all done. Well, almost. I do need to get down here. And we still have the whole inside to do. Dang it. We're not almost done. I need some more of these. Let's get some more sticks. I gotta make more fences here so we can put a railing on the outside. Is that gonna be enough? Probably not. So we're just gonna go right along here like that. Yeah, we still need more. Not too many more, but we do need more. Let's just turn that all. We shouldn't need any more. Let's turn that all into that. Sure. Make a bunch more fences. There we go. Put the railing along there. And that's the outside. Still gotta do the inside. But we have the outside all done. Look at that. It's beautiful. Yeah. Just hop down here. That kind of hurt, but we're okay. Where's this zombie guy? Hey guy, how are you doing? Alright, you're dead. And let's step back and we'll take a look at this thing. I wish it was nighttime so I could sleep out the rain. Oh well. Let's see, let's go to like right here. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. That's amazing. This rain doesn't really help much, but that looks so good. That is definitely a wonderful first addition to this village. Just a lighthouse out on the pier, or out on that little ridge on the rock. That looks so amazing. Very nice, very nice. And that, yeah, that really kind of shows off the build style that I want to stick to. Yeah, we got the nice heavy base. And then it just looks so good. Definitely, I think I've only built like one other lighthouse in my time, and that was just in like a test world. I was gonna build it somewhere, I don't remember where, but didn't end up doing it. But, so this is like my first real lighthouse that I've ever actually put in a world. I think it turned out magnificent. Well, I've done some work on the interior. We got a floor in, and we got different levels, and a staircase going up. Now the very important decision of dark oak or spruce door. And this is kind of, what am I going to use for the rest of the village is what I'm trying to decide. The dark oak is nice. It's a nice heavy door. And it definitely, it kind of blends in. Or we could go with the spruce. Spruce is probably my favorite door, but it's a little more rustic. And it's lighter, so there's more contrast there. So I'm not sure. I think down here, maybe throughout the village we'll use like a mixture. I think down here I want dark oak. But let's head upstairs. So I got different levels so that you can like look out the different windows. It's kind of cool. And then just go up the staircase some more. There's one more level that you can look out. Not really, because the fences are sort of in the way. But then there's a ladder going up to the light bulb room and out onto the balcony. So that's pretty cool. And I think I want to have doors up here. And I think up here, the spruce wood is going to be what we want. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. That'll work. I like it. And now since it's not raining, we can go actually get a nice look, a nice wide shot of the lighthouse. So let's head down a little farther away. So I think next episode, I want to kind of continue in this area, and I think we'll work on the Lightkeeper's house over there. I don't know if we'll start working over here, or if we'll just kind of stay to that little island. Ooh. Oh, yes, I love it. Oh, that's such a wonderful addition. I really like the way that top turned out. I like the way the whole thing turned out. It's just got a really nice shape to it. Some nice detail. It's beautiful. I hope you guys like it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention is DarkFan got working the... there's a interactive, well, sort of an interactive map online. It's map.castaways.tv. I'll have a link down in the description right next to the subreddit link. And that is a wonderful thing. I know they had it a while ago, and I think it went down when they switched servers. But Dark got it working again, so thank you very much, Dark. He does a lot of good work for the server, making sure that it's running and updated. So thanks for all your work. You're the best. You're the best, man. Go give him thanks for all the work that he puts in. But anyways, the map, you can check it out. It updates every night at midnight Central Time, which is amazing. So you can actually see like the work that we're doing here, and you can see everything that we've explored. And the best part about like where we are right now, the map basically looks straight down on where we are. Since we're in like the southwest corner of the island, you can get a really nice view of this village. So I've actually been like looking at it a lot, just kind of staring at it, trying to plan things out and figure out what I want to do with stuff. And I can't wait for it to update tonight so I can see the lighthouse on there. It's gonna be so pretty. But yeah, pretty awesome. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed. We'll see you next time. And goodbye, peoples.